Every year, our current linear system sends billions of tons of waste into our land, ocean, and air. As a result, we are destroying our nature and encouraging irreversible waste that are harming the environment and human health. There have been some attempts to introduce waste management systems through the traditional programs of reducing, reusing, and recycling. But the acquired lower efficiency always makes us think that the system is still not good enough. We need to optimize the traditional waste management systems, and for that, we require the introduction of another principle called zero waste economy. Currently, only 9% of plastic is actually recycled. This means 81% of the plastics are still going to the landfills in one way or the other. Zero waste economy teaches us to go beyond the model of the 3 Rs and proposes a much more comprehensive transformation of the current linear system to achieve higher resource efficiency and move towards zero emissions. By aiming to gain zero waste, we are respecting our nature and environment and give them social justice. Within the zero waste economy, we adopt the strategies such as waste reduction, composting, recycling, and industrial redesign that leads to more resilient communities, healthier societies, and cleaner environment. For the last 20 years, experts realized the need for maintaining environmental and human health dignity in the fight against climate change. It started towards the end of 1990s when Dr. Daniel Knapp toured Australia to give talks on how to maximize materials recovery and minimize waste by reusing, recycling, and composting. The activists collaborated along by promoting the no waste term. Later, the no waste term quickly became zero waste. By 2000, the zero waste concept was brought to major countries in Asia, Europe, and the Pacific. Today, zero waste is considered a successful social movement and has been adopted in local, national, and international organizations. Aiming for zero waste means we are aiming at keeping products and packaging in use for as long as possible and preventing them from becoming waste, exactly like the circular economy. We will talk about the difference between the principles of zero waste and the circular economy later. But if you want to know about the circular economy now, click the video on the top right. For now, let's look at the zero waste business model. The business model of zero waste is based on recovering high quality materials so that the byproducts of even the product can be easily taken back for reuse or feedstock in the production process. During price volatility, companies are also motivated to ensure the delivery of high quality, long lasting products supported by design for durability, repairability, upgradability, and modularity. Ensuring that the product can be repaired, upgraded, refurbished, remanufactured, or remarketed is an essential added value. While linear businesses sell actual products, zero waste businesses promote selling a service instead of the product itself. For example, renting out the clothes instead of selling the new clothes, or go to cups for coffee shops. Now, let's look at the zero waste hierarchy in detail. The zero waste hierarchy sets out a list of strategies and actions designed to support the wider zero waste system. It is a pyramidal shape built on the 3R systems to create a list of priorities from best to worst of the materials. The Zero Waste International Alliance has offered the peer-reviewed in-depth approach based on a 7Rs principle at the moment. The upper part of the pyramid looks at things from a solely environmental standpoint with traditional 3Rs. The new framework was added by following the circular economy principles, which helped change the mindset from waste management to resource management. This means that the driving force of the hierarchy should be not only the safe disposal for our waste, but also to ensure that the value of our resources is preserved in the economy for the new generations. Rethink and redesign. Rethinking and redesigning of the products and materials to identify our most wasteful practices and reimagining waste to reduce their impact in advance. This way, we are constantly developing new or more efficient ways to extract raw materials and work towards zero waste. Reduce. By reducing the use of materials as much as possible, we are learning to prioritize and shift resources for increased efficiency. This means we are reducing the waste production, and by that means keeping the products within the loop for as long as possible. Reuse. Once we pass the rethink, redesign, and reduce process, we try to reuse the materials or products wherever possible. The ultimate goal should be maximizing reuse at both production and consumption levels. Recycle or compost. If we can think about the principles of the circular economy once, it teaches us to avoid reaching the recycling stage as much as possible. But after the stages of rethink, redesign, reduction, and reuse, if we have to choose between landfill and recycling, recycling is obviously the better option. Without a doubt, recycling has huge potential to deal with waste efficiently. However, it should never be treated as the go-to solution. Recover materials and energy. Additionally, the zero waste model urges us to efficiently recover material and energy through better separation of mixed materials, which gives high efficiency. Energy recovery, on the other hand, should only be performed through natural systems that require no additional energy input. Residuals management. Next is the most problematic, residuals management. And these are the waste that cannot be processed within any of the above systems and hence considered as the last resort. To manage these residuals, we look at the loop of rethink, reduce, reuse, and even recycle again, so that we can think about how we can manage this waste and its byproducts to extract the maximum possible benefits from all materials and products, and how we can convert this waste into zero in the future. In this stage, the best case scenario looks at the properly managed landfill sites by minimizing emissions and even producing energy from the waste. Remove unacceptable. The final stage of the zero waste hierarchy highlights practices and ideas that are regarded as unacceptable in the framework. This category promotes removing support for any policy or system that encourages waste production. Basically, in this stage, we want to see any kind of destruction of the materials or generation of waste as a history. To achieve zero waste, we have to redesign our products and redesign our supply chain. By doing so, we ensure better repairability, reusability, and recyclability. This also means saving high-quality materials and eliminating toxic components. Once we achieve our goal of zero waste, all the actors along the supply chain can benefit from this transformation because businesses can learn to grow based on keeping resources in use at their highest value for as long as possible. As a result, we can see economic growth, social responsibility balanced, and environment saved. Now, how do zero waste systems differ from the circular economy? Zero waste and circular economy both have similar goals, but they are two different models that take approaches towards sustainability, greenhouse gas emissions reduction, and ultimately stopping climate change. Think of zero waste as our ultimate goal, and to get there, we need to follow circular economy principles. This means the circular economy becomes the basis of the zero waste society, where everything that we produce and consume can return safely to nature. Thank you for listening, and see you in the next video.